If you're stuck working 60 to 100-hour work weeks and you can just barely keep up, you're following a broken business model. I know how you feel because we've all been there. But doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. So you can just keep scrolling. But if you don't want to stay trapped in this endless grind, this video is for you. I want to essentially save you years of your life and thousands upon tens of thousands of dollars. I'm going to be showcasing the hidden secret that will allow you to avoid burnout. This hidden secret comes in the form of leverage. And leverage is basically data insights, talent, technology, and tools.
I'm going to show you something that I learned back in 1999. And that was an idea of selling high ticket up front, getting cash, hiring superstars and the right tools to then provide an exponentially better experience. Personal story that I have to share with you is that back in 1999, I was getting out of college and I went to my other roommates that were all business majors and I wanted to start a business. And I asked them, how do I start a business? And they relate to me that well, they don't teach us how to start businesses in college. They just teach us how to run existing businesses. And that's kind of what I knew. The whole college thing that I was doing wasn't necessarily a way to learn how to have skills in the real world. So I called up somebody that I knew had started a business and I started from there with a mentor. One of the first things that I knew starting that school was that it was a new trendy thing. There were water ski schools, but they couldn't effectively teach this new sport of wakeboarding. And the thing that I did is, of course, I called pretty much every boat company, every board sponsor. They were all in magazines. We didn't really have websites and the internet back in 1999. So I called all these people and I pitched them on my idea of my own wakeboarding school on a certain lake at a certain arena. And I got what I felt was the coolest and best looking boat company to actually partner with me. And I chose that particular boat, not because it had the best wake, not because it had the best features, but because it appeared to everybody to be the coolest. And it was the new trendy boat with special graphics. Having the best tools essentially catapulted me and separated me from my competitors. Ran those boats for 3 years. And it wasn't because they were the best. It was because they got the most attention. In order for you to understand how tools and talent play a role in today's online business market and how this model allows true freedom, I need to break down the problem of the old model first. And essentially that is you're selling one commoditized service. There's a low barrier to entry. There's thousands of competitors. It's hard to build a great offer without selling your soul in a guarantee. Now, lack of pricing power due to high competition, and you only profit enough to feel good for a second, but not enough to buy freedom by hiring a talented team. So to reflect back on that wakeboarding school, in the second year, the first thing I did was hire the best instructors I could find, and I overstaffed so I could remove myself from the process of day-to-day operation. So in this case, online, lack of tools and lack of talent leads to inconsistency with delivering any of your results. And that's what creates a high churn. And with a high churn, you never can get above just survival rate with onboarding clients. So this system right here, this model, it caps your income and it gives you the illusion of being a business owner. But in reality, you're just a superstar employee. You have 5 different jobs and you're a slave to this business. You officially, right here, join the rat race. This growth facilitator model, Flywheel, is completely different. And one of the 6 steps that I'll be sharing eradicates the constraints by the older model. This will take you from selling a commoditized service to building and implementing infrastructures, insights, systems, and talent into somebody's business that creates outputs that lead to their desired outcomes. This sophisticated offer gave me insane pricing power since clients couldn't get it anywhere else, primarily because my competition was too focused on getting their next sale than reinvesting revenue into building a systemized solution. So Just like the wakeboarding school, you could go from just selling something for $1,500 to selling something for $15,000. This model is the one that I used with wakeboarding camps. And I don't know if you guys know what a VHS tape is, but that was my first VSL, I guess. And it was a tape that was sent out to every student that was interested in coming to a camp the next year. It showcased instructors' abilities, it showed common problems of students, and it showed our systems on how we solved those problems. Clients would pay upfront the winter before the summer pricing change. The average cost of a camp was 10 times that of a day lesson, and I would give them a 20% referral fee every time they referred somebody else to buy a camp. Right there, that created that flywheel because I created a bunch of affiliates if they referred somebody else. So it was free marketing. And I got cash up front to be able to buy that next nice boat. Again, put that down payment on nice boats to be able to allocate talent and tools into the business. So this is very similar to what we're talking about here with a growth creator or a growth facilitator model in marketing. High margins of charging upfront will allow you to get top talent. Getting top talent makes getting client results go through the roof, since most of the infrastructure is built once and it can be permanently implemented an infinite amount of times without much margin costs. I almost have zero operational drags when implementing infrastructures. This allows me to handle 10x the volume that I could with the other model every month without needing to slow down and without feeling like I have a ton of work on my shoulders. Most people with great offers are forced to slow down because of all the complexity. This model, however, because you get cash up front, you can hire team members and you can scale before implementation. Well, that allows you to have a infinite ability to bring on more clients instead of on a retainer where you're always trying to play catch up. So essentially, to review the model right here, over here on the side, essentially you're getting high ticket up front. So you can think of it's somebody paying for that wakeboarding class or that camp months ahead of time before the deliverable actually happens. And then that allows you to hire great talent, get great tools, and then provide a great service, which then makes them happy, which then keeps the cycle going. And I loved this quote right here by Peter Thiel. Competition is overrated. In practice, it's quite destructive and should be avoided whenever possible. Much better than fighting for scraps in the existing markets is to create a new one. And that's what we're doing here. And as Peter says here, competition is for losers. So like I mentioned before, this is just a quick case study of showing you how I've used this same system from years ago and am re-implementing it today to provide better client results. I'll be going through these other 5 in future videos. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's a free school community down there where we teach people how to craft offers and how to take an offer online so that they can get paid on a global scale.